that boring. I really ain't that boring.
Big shit. What, I'm supposed to take this and go shopping?
If I'm so boring, then why you with me?
First of all, I ain't impressed by that. I'm with you because I'm boring too. All right? Give me that money back, Nick.
I'm tryna be a better me. I'm an Adam tryna be a better Eve. Promise the fruit's not as toxic as it seems. Have a taste and you gon' see how sweet it is to be loved by me. Perception is a hell of a thing. Got you stuck on my recipe. Just can't get enough of your touch. Don't wanna fall, I'm just tryna last night. Too involved, I'm just tryna fuck. Just can't get enough of your touch. Don't wanna fall, I'm just tryna last night. Too involved, I'm just tryna fuck. Mixed emotions, can't keep count, now you're losing focus. Finish the ounce, now you lost in my letters. That's the homecoming shit. Mixed emotions, can't keep count, now you're losing focus. Finish the ounce, now you lost in my letters. That's that homegrown shit. You lie, then I lie. Only happened a couple of times, hope you don't mind. You lie, then I lie. Eye for an eye, we both end up blind.
Bullshit. I got 2 more grape sodas. You don't want over here.
No, don't come over here. I'm serious.
You got the sauce on your cheese.
Oh, yeah, now you want to be all on me. When we was in the club, we was dashing out. What was up with that?
You already know what it is. It's the Proof in the Pudding podcast show. I'm your host, and I go by the name of Sion919. I'm excited about today's show. Very independent boss woman in the building. She's doing a lot of things, got a lot of experience in the game, business owner, confidence by Tam. You know what I'm saying? Yo, so without any further ado, she's in the building, y'all. Let's bring her to the stage. Let's welcome Tam.
Hey everybody.
Hey, how you doing?
Tam.
All right, yo, so I'm excited to have you on the show. You've been doing a lot of things. I've been following you for a while. So for the people that may not be familiar, let's let them know where you're from at first.
Okay, well, I'm from Asheville, country girl. So
Right.
that's where I grew up from, but I stay in Greensboro because that's where I went to school at. So
All right, okay. So you went to school in Greensboro. How did you first get into the industry?
As far as modeling or
As far as modeling.
okay, well, honestly, I guess it was kind of a mistake. I was just like, a lot of people were telling me, you should model, I'm like, bro, I'm just chilling. I don't want to do all that. Like, I'm in college, I'm chilling. So I was like, well, let me just try it. So I started it, and ever since then, like, it's just been going. But of course, like with Corona, I kind of put myself on a pause because I don't want to get it again because it was very, very horrible. So, but I mean, I started just because I wanted other girls to feel empowered, not just by being naked, because a lot of women think that to get out there in the industry, they got to get to the top by being naked. And even if you're not on the cover of a magazine or whatever, people still know you in your town if you're doing what you're supposed to do. So, I'm a woman of God. So regardless, I'm here, I'm serving for the Lord, but we're all human. So, of course I have my sexy shoots. I'm real. Like, I like to feel sexy because I'm a woman, but at the end of the day, I feel like us women, we got to be empowered. We got to do it together. So that's really the reason.
All right. So you just said a powerful thing right there with the over-sexualization of women. How do you feel about the industry with that? And for any advice for people trying to get into the game, what advice would you give them?
I would say right now it's been low key. It's been like OD, just because I know people are bored. I know they're trying to get, modeling is not popping as it normally is. Acting is not popping as it normally is. Just because you can't actually go to the sites to audition and stuff like that is normal. So I feel like as right now, just take your time because everybody has a purpose. So really, I'm not downing or shaming anybody who is naked, who does that. Kudos to you. You are wonderful, you are great. But if you're doing it for a reason that you shouldn't be doing, don't let somebody say who what your worth is, because you know what your worth is. So just right now, calm down. Everybody has a purpose. We're
Right.
all here for a reason. So I would just say take a deep breath. So
Okay. All right. So let's talk about that. Making your way into the modeling. You said it was kind of like an accident. So
right.
once you did it, doors start opening. What was those first experiences like, and how did you get your confidence together? Because you're a brand ambassador and everything now, so you
Right.
definitely learned.
Yeah, I would say to a lot of females and even males that's in the industry, just be careful because I've had plenty of experiences where photographers would take advantage of me, and at the time I'm like, okay, do I do this because I want to get to where I'm supposed to be? And I'm like, well, I don't know if I'm supposed to be getting naked or whatever. And I'm like, no, that's
Right.
not what I'm supposed to do, but at the same time, there's a lot of photographers, and I'm not down in Greensboro because Greensboro is a small place, but a lot of
Right.
photographers in Greensboro that know who they are. They will sit there and edit your stuff, and they will look at you overnight.
Wow.
And so there's people out there that who really are like that. So I would just say be careful and just look around, like search around for photographers, because it's cool that they're flirting and stuff like that, and you gotta know how to handle it. But at the end of the day, it's business, and a lot of people think that just because you a model, you gotta flirt with them and you gotta do that, this and that. No, it's business. We all have a business, and models have business too. So
Right.
yeah, just be
Okay. So,
careful.
yeah, definitely be careful. So I know a lot of times people go to shoots alone. What's your
Right.
advice on that? What's your advice on going to a
I would
shoot
say bring a
alone?
friend. And one thing, like even with like scams, they say look out for certain things. If a photographer isn't comfortable with you bringing another person, do not shoot with them, because
Right.
you should feel comfortable however you want to. If you want to bring a daggone dog with you, it's your shoot too. It's not just theirs. So
Right.
that's one of the things to look out for too.
Okay. So let me ask you, yo. So we're talking about warning signs on the shoot and the bad side. So let's talk about some of your favorite shoots. Like, what's some of
Right.
the ones that stood out the most for you?
Um, Definitely with Adley. I know all over my page, Adley is the first like photographer that you see on my recent one.
Right.
He is amazing. Like he lets you, feel empowered. He makes you feel confident because he doesn't tell you, you're doing bad, you're doing this, but he just makes you, if you're doing something bad, he will tell you like maybe we should try something different, or he tries to help you. Some
Right.
photographers just say, this is not working, and that's it. And that's the industry. It is what it is. But as far as that, that's one of my favorite shoots. As far as like the pink shoot that I
Right.
did with him, that was dope. And my stylist Derek Trey, shout out to him. So that was a lot of fun. But that's one of my favorite shoots.
Okay. So yeah, we're talking about the shoots. Let me ask you, what's the difference now getting ready for a shoot now, being experienced versus when you first started? What things are different now?
Um, well, definitely like a model bag, I really didn't know about, and I would always forget something. Like always, and like my lashes would be like crazy or whatever.
Wow.
But like now, I know that like in time is a big one because I was always late. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm still kind of late, but I'm getting better. But models should never be late.
Right.
So take my advice because I'm trying to take my own. But as far as trying to get ready early, like if I have a shoot at 12 in the afternoon, I'll try to get up by like 8 in the morning, get
Wow.
makeup done, go to the set. And honestly, you should get ready earlier before that, probably like 7:30. But as far as me, I take my shoot serious. So the night before, I don't eat as much. Like I'll work out that weekend and stuff like that. I'll make sure like I don't go out, I don't drink, stuff like that. Cause
Right.
I am my own brand, so I don't want to look bad. So
Right.
Yeah, I would say I've
Okay.
definitely grown in that area.
Okay. And the thing is like your work is very professional. You're definitely doing your thing. So like you said, you take your shoot serious. You don't eat. You
Hmm.
start preparing the night before. So for
Right.
people that's on the outside looking in, we just see the pictures. We just see the final process. What all
Yeah.
goes in? What all goes into that? And what's in your mind? What's your mindset getting ready for the shoot and putting it together?
I mean, as far as me, I just think like, what can I do different? Because a lot of people just think, oh, you just sit there and pose. But no, you gotta literally think about your angles. You gotta think about what looks good, what doesn't. Because you turn one way, you can have a gut, and you ain't got no stomach. So
Wow.
it's, like, especially if you, as far as we were talking about brand ambassador, like if I'm giving that to the person who's the owner of the clothes, and she's like, well, you look like you trash, like it's not gonna work. I can't get paid that way.
Right. Right. Now that's a
So
fact.
I mean, as far as that, there's a lot that goes into it that you have to really get your mind ready for. Just because, I mean, I've had 3 shoots in one day, 2 shoots in one day, and you got to think like, are you gonna do those same poses? Because they're gonna be posting pictures on magazines, they're gonna be posting pictures on Instagram. You're gonna have the same pose, so
Right.
you can't have no versatility. So I just try to think different, outside the box.
Okay. You're definitely thinking out the box and you're definitely making it
Right.
happen. So let me ask you, yo, how did you learn the business side of it? Because like you said, you're a brand ambassador, you're taking it
Hmm.
serious. Was that natural for you or did you have to learn and what was that process like?
I definitely think me separating business and personal is natural, just because I've just trained myself. I've experienced stuff like that back home, and I'm like, I want to be somebody, so I know that everything that I do in business has to be business. Like it cannot be personal. So as far as that, I think I've just trained myself on that. But I would say, just networking. A lot of networking events will help a lot. I mean, right now it's kind of iffy, but hopefully when we get out of this pandemic, more networking events, it
Right.
helps you build character. It helps you like talk to people professionally, because the slang that you would say to your friends, you're not saying that to other people who are actually going to invest in you, because you want these people to invest in you.
Right.
So,
That's serious right there. So let me
right.
ask you, you grew up in Asheville. You done did
Mm-hmm.
a lot of big things. Back in Nashville, growing up, did you ever think you would be where you are today?
Oh, hey, can I say sorry? Heck no.
No, you good. You good. Yo,
Sorry.
be yourself. Yo, relax. Relax. Yeah, it's all good.
I'm chill. Oh, no, 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 no. I mean, like, I love my hometown, and trust me, I'm working on some things to bring it back to the community.
Right.
But that is so small. Nobody really goes out, like, not as far as
Right.
like partying, but out outside the city. Nobody
Right.
moves. Like my family, I think I know like 2, 3 people who moved, and I got a pretty big family. So
Wow.
it's, yeah, it's definitely big. Even moving
Wow.
outside of Asheville is like, wow, you moving for real? Yeah, I'm out of here. So
Okay. Okay. So was it a model scene in Asheville? What is it? What was the scene like out there? It was like you got to go elsewhere.
no. It's, if you go to Asheville, you are retiring. That's how I feel. You is a
Wow.
retirement city. It's beautiful, trust me. Like it's beautiful, but it's a retirement city.
Okay. All right. So you done
So,
any work, any shoots out there? You said it's beautiful out there. Have you
um,
done any shoots there?
I haven't actually, which I need to do. That's a good point.
Right. Okay.
That would be nice.
All right. So you graduate high school. You said I'm up out of here. What was your major at school? What was you going? What was you going to
Oh
take in?
Lord. Well, honestly, so I had went to high school, graduated, and I'm gonna be honest, like I did not know what I was doing at all when I graduated. So I had went to community college, and for people who don't know and shame a community college, never do that. Because
Right.
I tell you, I got paid to go to community college. Like I
Wow.
was getting checks.
Right.
So that happened for 2 years, and then after that, that's when I came to Greensboro. So
Okay. Okay. So you did the community college. You
right.
moved to Greensboro.
Hmm.
How did you stay focused now? Because it's like you coming from you said Christian background.
Yeah.
Now you're on your own. You get the freedom, the party. You're on campus. How did you stay
Oh,
focused?
child. I partied, and I'm gonna be honest, I still party. So
Right.
as I said, I love my God, but I'm a still like at the end of the day, we're human. So, and I'm the only one that really pushes God in my family. So I'm
Right.
here talking about, my religion and stuff like that. But
Right.
of course, I don't want to bring religion into this because I know people
Right.
can feel some type of way. But,
Right.
I love God. So that's all I'm going to say about that. But
Right.
I mean, when I first got here, I think my first day, I was out. I didn't know nobody, and it was just me. I'm the only one who came to Greensboro, and my roommate, she was like, "Hey, how are you?" And I'm like, "Hey, girl, let's go."
Wow.
Like, I don't know. I was just so ready. Like, but I mean, it was nothing as far as like I was getting in trouble or nothing like that. But
Right. Just
it's
having
just
a
when
good
you come
time
from a small town, it's like I'm ready to meet new people. I mean, I think I met like 15 people in that one day.
the first day.
Yeah,
Wow.
for real, it's crazy.
Okay. So what was the campus experience like for you? What was that life like?
I loved UNCG. UNCG was great. I mean, as far as diversity, is there. Like I met so
Wow.
many people that I still talk to this day. You meet people in college that are across the world whenever they go back home. So I mean, it was great. It's different being in a university compared to a community college because
Right.
I was always going back home. I never stayed actually on the university or the community college
Right.
campus. So, but
Versus the
yeah, it
universe.
was good.
Okay. All right. So now you're doing the modeling.
Hmm.
You're in college. You staying focused. How did you balance the two? Being a model now, and you're in college. It's big responsibilities. How did you stay focused?
Yeah, it was hard because I also did cheerleading too. So I
Wow.
did like all of that and had a job. So it was really hard. I mean, as far as like time management, I just had to write it down. I had a
Right.
planner and I literally stuck to that every single day. I would stick to my little blocks of time every single day. And to be honest, like some of the people on the campus, I remember what they were called, some directors, but they would help you with time management and they helped me a lot. Like I was
Wow.
confused.
Right.
So you never know until you like ask.
So you ask. And the thing is, like with being successful, most successful people, they're structured, they're organized, they're
Yes.
on time.
Right.
It's very important. So for the people that might have missed what you just said a powerful thing. You say you was modeling, you was cheering, you're a student, you
Yeah.
were working. So you're doing like six things, six, seven things at one time.
Yep.
That's preparing you for to be the businesswoman that you are now. Did you
Exactly.
know then that that's where you were headed?
Oh no, I never even imagined having my own business. Like when people have their own businesses and when I was in college, I was like, well, good for you. That's good,
Right.
girl. That's good, boy. You do that. Shoot, I'll
Right.
buy from you. Buy black. That's how I felt.
Right.
So
Wow. Right. So it comes full circle. Now you're a business owner. So
right.
you're watching your friends and stuff like that. So at that time, what was your goal? What was your plan? Because it's like a lot of times we think this. Life
Hmm.
life has a plan of its own. What was your plan at this time? Where
As
were you
far
at?
as when I started my business
Before
or
that, when we back
before
in
that.
college now. In college, yeah.
Let me think. Let me think. So I think when I graduated, I was just like, I just want to find a job because as far as I'm sorry, I never answered the major part. In college, my major was occupational therapy. So
Occupation.
I thought that's what I wanted to do, and it was human development studies with children.
Wow.
So I had looked for like internships, when I got out of college, and then I had worked at Cone Health as a physical therapy like intern in a way, but got paid,
Right.
and it just wasn't for me
It
at
wasn't for
all
you. Wow.
whatsoever. I could not stand it. Like, and I'm glad that I did it because I thought that's what I wanted to do. And I was getting ready to submit my application for PT, physical therapy. And I was
Right.
like, oh no, this is not what I want to do. So,
Right. Okay. All right. All right. So you decide this ain't for me. I'm
right.
not with that. I'm gonna do something different. What happened next?
So then after that, honestly, I had quit my job. I ain't had no other job. Nothing at all. And I was like, I just don't want to do this. I don't care what I do. I don't care if I'm broke. I'm not about to be miserable at a job that,
Right.
that people think that you're supposed to have. I said, I'd rather have no money and be happy. So I was just like, forget it. I quit. I didn't have a job for like 3 months.
Right.
I just saved up because I knew I was quitting. So I saved up a bunch of money, and I had little side hustles that I did, modeling, extra stuff or whatever,
Right.
train people, whatever I had to do. I mean, I painted houses like
Wow. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yo, wait a minute. Time out. So we talk about. Hold on. See, that's real. This is real right here because
right.
you're a brand ambassador looking from the outside, and you done a lot.
Yeah.
So you're saying, yo, right? When times got rough, you
Yeah.
picked up paintbrushes. You did
I
what you
really
had to do.
did.
Yo, salute to you. You know what I'm saying? That's yo. I
That's
would never.
crazy.
You see your pictures and you look at your status now, and you
Yeah.
would think, "There's no way she's
I
getting
know.
out here." But life is funny like that. So that's
Yeah,
something
it
I
is.
learned new right there.
Yeah.
So okay, so you did what you had to do
Mhm.
to make it.
Right.
What came through for you?
Well, then after that, I had applied for this job to be a preschool teacher because I love kids. I really love kids, and I'm working on something for kids too as well. But can't say I'm a
Right.
project.
Can't tell them
But
everything. Nah.
so I had applied for there, and I got the job, and that's where I still work now. But
Okay.
in the process, I was like, this is what I want to do in the meantime. So after about 6, 7 months is when I started my business on the side. So
Okay. So you started the business.
right.
Let's talk about that real quick.
hmm So I had started it, and I was like, I don't know why I want to start a business, but it's like God was just talking to me. He's like, bruh, just do it. And if you fail, you fail. If you don't, you don't. Like if it comes big, you did it. And who says that you can't do whatever you don't want to do? You're the only person who says no. Like you're the only person who's stopping yourself. So
Right.
I was like, I'm just gonna start it, and I was just like, all these beards look crazy, and I don't know why. I was just like, ew.
Okay, hold on. So let me ask you, I know you got the business, but let me ask you a real thing.
Uh huh.
Beard gang. Are you beard gang or you not beard gang?
Oh yeah, most definitely, most
You
definitely.
definitely beard gang.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
okay. All right.
yes,
So all right,
yes.
but the beards
My
you had to
man
get
has
them
a
right.
beard. Yes,
Okay, your man has a beard. Okay, so
yes.
let me ask you.
So
So the beards was you saying them like, yo, that ain't it.
exactly.
So what inspired you and how did you help the people out?
Well, I was just like, I'm like, yo, these. I was going into like Target, and I'm like, this is expensive. Like, and anything that's good is literally so expensive. So I was like, why can't I make this stuff myself? And like I have plenty of brothers and stuff like that, and plenty of friends who have beards. So I'm like, I'm literally about to start this. Like, it's about to be
Wow.
natural. I'm about to start it. I don't know what I'm gonna call it, but I'm gonna start it. I'm gonna get these little containers, and I'm gonna see if it works, and boom, like a 3 months later, I was seeing growth in all of my friends' beards. Like it was
Wow.
crazy. So
Right.
that's when I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this because it was just like samples and stuff like that.
Right. In the beginning. So okay, it's all natural.
Right.
So it's growth. It adds growth.
Yes.
What else are the benefits of the product?
I mean a lot. It can help your skin as well. It can help acne, because if you're putting natural oils on your skin, it's gonna help. But if you're doing all the stuff that has chemicals and other things that you affect your face is gonna get clogged up and you're gonna get acne underneath
Right.
your beard the whole time. So if you go to the shop and you think you're looking fresh and you shave that beard off, it's
Wow.
about to be ugly.
It's about to be ugly up under that. Wow. Okay.
So yeah.
All right. So you put it together. You noticed the growth. So
hmm
now, how you feeling? You had the idea. You manifested it. This is your first business. How are you
Right.
feeling at that moment?
I was feeling really good. I mean, like I had sales like every day for like maybe 3 months, and like it
Wow.
was small sales to me, but I mean, to me it was like big. I meant to say, but to other people it might have been small. But like
Right.
me having to sell every single day for like 3 months, I was like, wow, this is like really good.
Right. Nah, that's definitely good. That's
So
definitely. So let me
yeah.
ask you, how did you promote the business and how did you get it? Was it word of mouth? How did you
hmm
market the company?
Definitely word of mouth. Definitely social media because social media is our lives right now. So
Right.
as far as that, and it's whenever Corona first started. So it was kind of hard. Like I couldn't actually go out and tell people about my business because that's whenever Corona actually started.
Right.
So it was definitely like telling my family members back home, them sharing it on Facebook, and then I realized like, oh wow, Facebook is like really popping because I really
Right.
wasn't on it until I started my business.
Right.
So, and then joining like Facebook groups, there's always some kind of Facebook group. But as far as that, I mean, honestly, the majority of my followers and stuff like that came from Facebook groups because I was
Wow.
always on there, always posting, liking, sharing somebody's stuff, and they would do it the same.
And vice
So,
versa. Okay, so you learn how to use the Facebook groups. You said an
right.
important thing. A lot of people they use social media to be
Mm-hmm.
social. The
Right.
difference is like the business people and the business guys that I talk to,
Mm-hmm.
they say, okay, it's two types of people in the world. You got the sellers and the buyers.
Yep.
So they say the buyers are the ones that's just scrolling, they just up there, the regular people on social media. Then you have the
Mm-hmm.
sellers who are the companies who
Yep.
do what you say. They only use social media for business. They use it for advertisement. They use it to
Okay.
make networks and stuff
Exactly.
like that. So for the people that want to start a business,
Mm-hmm.
but they're doing 8 hours of socializing,
Mm-hmm.
1 hour of business on Facebook, what
Yep.
type of advice would you give them?
I would just say go on there for a purpose. I mean, of course, like people's stuff, comment like crazy on people's stuff. I like sometimes I'll be tagging my stuff on famous people in comments. I'll be like, go shop with me, go shop with me. So I
Right,
mean, do what you gotta do, but I mean, I'm taking my own advice too because you really should post on your business page every single day. Like somebody's always watching you, always.
right, right.
So
And consistency is the key. So now you're
exactly.
doing the beards, you got the business out.
Hmm.
That's the confidence by 10.
Yes, and then I started with the beard, so now I have merged into women's products as well, and then I'm working on the beauty line. So, yeah,
Okay, so you said it's going to be a whole beauty line. Let's talk about that right quick for the
yeah.
ladies that might want to tap into that. You know what I'm saying? I know ladies love their beauty, and it's a
Okay.
multi-billion-dollar market. So let's talk about it. What
Yeah.
parts of the business of the beauty side are you trying to tap into?
As far as like the beauty side, I already have like lip glosses that are for sale. I'm getting more into like colors, but
Wow.
what it's taking a longer time because I want to make it myself. And I'm not downing nobody. A lot of businesses get them their stuff from like vendors and stuff like that, but I want to be the vendor. So I want to make it
Wow.
myself so I can wholesale. So
Right.
if that makes any kind of sense. I know it's
Oh
not
yeah,
making
that
sense.
makes big
Okay.
sense. For business people, it makes big sense. For the people that may
Yeah,
not know
yeah.
business, they may I don't understand. Well, don't worry about it. Yo,
Exactly.
if you need some,
So,
she got you.
yeah, but I definitely want to target like women, especially of like color. But as far as like lip
Right.
glosses, lipsticks, I want to do some makeup stuff eventually. But as far as like that, hair products that are natural, because I've already got my conditioners and my oils, and then
Wow.
tap into kids as well. So, I want it to all be natural but affordable because this stuff is expensive for us to keep our hair up.
It definitely gets
So,
expensive. Definitely gets expensive.
yes.
And one thing that I'm noticing, because I have daughters, with
Mm-hmm.
the more natural hair, it seems like that stuff is more expensive than
It
before.
is. It is. And I mean, I get why it's expensive. I really do because if you're putting natural stuff in your products, it's going to cost more. And at
Right.
the end of the day, we all going to make our profit as a business. But at the same time, it's like, well, let's do something that's going to be affordable for us women because if you out here buying all the stuff on the shelves, like it's got all kinds of chemicals in it that's gonna people are asking why your hair is not growing because you're putting all those harsh chemicals in it. You don't know what's in it, so know what's in your product before you put in your hair or on your skin. So
Right. And that's a fact right there. And you
right.
making the products on your own. So how did you come up with the knowledge to mix this works and this does this? How did you figure it? Because it's
Oh
almost like you're a
God.
chemist at this point.
Right, I know, and I be loving it too. I be in my kitchen like, dang.
Right.
But no, I mean, honestly, two things: research, research, research. Don't take nobody's stuff. One, do not take nobody's stuff. Make it your own.
Right.
And two, mistakes. I make so many mistakes. It like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. But once I get that one mix, I'm like, praise the Lord, thank you, Jesus, because it's
Right.
perfect. So you
Right.
gotta like make your mistakes because I have so many samples that I've sent out to people, and I'm like, I don't like it. Or they'll be like, I don't like it. Okay, let's try it again. That's
Right.
it.
Okay. All right. So you have to have thick skin if you're sending the samples out
Yeah.
and people say, I don't like it. Let me just jump in your head for one moment.
Oh Lord.
Tell me two situations where you had the mix, but it wasn't quite the mix.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody said, no, don't like it. Let me know two situations where that happened. And how did you feel
Okay.
on the inside?
So I like to try to figure out, like, as far as, okay, so for example, lip gloss.
Right.
Women love lip gloss, girls love lip gloss. Let's just keep it a band. Like, lip gloss
Right.
is just lip gloss. So I had gave it to my friend's daughter, which is 14.
Oh,
And
wow.
my first lip gloss I made, she was like, Tam, mm-mm. Mm-mm. She was like, it didn't even last long. I was like, well,
Man.
dang. So let
Wow.
me try this again. So I literally made samples like every week, and on top of like working a full-time job and doing other stuff, I was making samples every week for like a month until I got it right. So
Right.
that's one situation. As far as like shampoo and conditioner, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm still working on that because my
Right.
last one was horrible, and that's exactly what my friend said. She was like, no, this is too thick. It's not like Pantene. It's not like this one. It's not better than that one. That, and you give samples to people who are real, who gonna tell you
Right.
the truth. Because I'm not about to give a sample to somebody. It's like, oh, that was good, Tim. Good
Right.
job. Mm-mm. I need to know the truth because I'm trying to be better than these brands out here.
Right.
So
No. Right. And that's the thing. No yes men. You don't want no yes women because you want
exactly.
honest opinions and honest feedback. Let me ask you, why do people do that? I know on one side they're being nice.
Mm-hmm.
They see you trying to make a business and they know like, yo, somebody may want to be a cook. They
True.
can't cook. People want to support them and
A lot of
say,
those.
yo, it's not bad. But they know they ain't coming back to eat. They know they ain't sending nobody over there.
True.
Why as black people do we do that? Like we don't want to hurt people's feelings. And we say, yo, it ain't bad. But we know we ain't coming back. We know that
Right,
food won't
right.
no good. Why?
Yeah.
What make you think black people do that? Why is that?
I mean, on one hand, I feel like it's the devil on one shoulder and the one on the other. Cause it's like on one hand, I feel like people just don't want to be mean. Like they don't want to tell them the truth. Like they know how hard they work, how many hours they don't work for it, and they don't want to tell them the truth because the truth hurts. And then on the other hand, it's like, I can do better than this. So let me just go ahead and tell them that's good.
Right. Wow.
Like,
And
or I know exactly what not to do. So
right.
I don't know.
Okay. And that's real. So and that's a fair answer. So let me ask
Right.
you, in the industry that you in, is it a lot of competition like a dog eats world? Or it's kind of like, yo, you learn from each other? Or it's kind of like keep the information to yourself because y'all in competition, but y'all
Mm-hmm.
all individuals. So how does that world work in the beauty
And
family?
it's really crazy that you even said that because today at work, like, I'm a real positive person. Like, if I got an idea that I know I can't do, I'm giving it to somebody else that I know I can trust. And I
Right.
don't want nothing from it. I'm just telling you what I'm thinking. Because, I mean, ideas run through my head at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm up writing, putting in my phone. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I was telling my friend today, my coworker, I'm like, who did you tell about this idea that I told you about? Because you about to do it. She's like, I told my aunt, I told my friend. I said, oh no,
Oh man.
you can't tell everybody what you're doing. You can't. Like, you gotta make sure that you are doing what you're supposed to do because at the end of the day, they can either steal that or, in my opinion, I feel like the devil be trying to get everybody.
Right.
So at the end of the day, it's already in the open. So you got to make sure, like, it is a doggy world, but there are people who do want to help you. So, but I mean, at the end of the day, I've always heard that business is business.
Business is
So
business.
you can't help it. I mean,
Right.
people be
Right.
money hungry.
Money and make people do some strange things, and especially if
Yes.
money is their motive. You have best friends that fall out over money and stuff like that. So you're
Right.
doing it on your own. You're independent. It's all
Uh-huh.
natural. You're helping people. What can people expect with the brand, and what can they look forward to?
Whew. Well, one, definitely more posting on social media. I'm about to get me a social media manager. So,
Wow.
because I ain't got time. Listen,
Right.
I don't be scrolling to get on there. So I just be getting on there and get off. Two, just more stuff. I mean, more natural hair care stuff. I want to do a lot more with my brand. And fellas, I want to get some more, conditioners and shampoos. I want all that. I want to get razors. I want a lot. So
Right.
I'm not gonna say exactly what I want because I want too much, but
Right.
I'm gonna do it because I want it. So
Yeah. No, I feel you on that. Yeah, you can't tell everybody everything. So let me ask you,
exactly.
okay, so all right, being an African American woman, right? We talk about the beauty fashion industry.
Mhm.
A lot of times it's like, okay, we have black owned. It seems like people would rather go to the other races. Is that a mental thing, or what's that all about? It seems like it's harder to get black people to support black people. They'd rather
That's
go
true.
get their
Right.
nails done over here. They want to get their hair braided over here, whatever the
Right.
case may
Right.
be.
I
Why do you think
mean,
that is?
I feel like sometimes it can be like a lot of things, like maybe a word of mouth that somebody had, as far as hair, for your example. I've been to plenty of black females that I've heard from my friends, oh, they did my hair and they did good, blah, blah, blah. Then I get there and they suck.
Wow.
So, I mean, sometimes it can be a word of mouth. I'm not even gonna lie, because I don't go back. Like, I just be like, okay, thanks. And I still pay them because, I mean, they still did their work. But at the end of the day, it could be word of mouth, and then it's like at the same time, I feel like us black people be charging too much. Let's just keep it a band.
Keeping it real. I mean,
Charge
I
too
want you
damn
to keep it
much.
real. This is a keep it real platform right here,
For
and I love it.
real.
But
Like
the
for
but
real.
the thing is,
We
I
charge
can't
too
say it. The
much.
thing is, certain things I can't say, but y'all can.
Right.
Because people get mad at me, but it's like, yo,
I
y'all saying what
understand.
I'm
Trust
thinking,
me.
right?
I got you.
Right.
I understand.
So let's speak on that. They charge too much, and then it's like they have an attitude with you for
Yeah,
trying to get their service.
exactly. And then it's like, I don't know. They just, as far as like these vendors go, like I know they get as far as like merchandise.
Right.
Okay, you Fashion Nova has this for cheaper, or Pretty Little Thing got this for cheaper, and it's about the same thing. And I know exactly where you got your stuff from. So
Wow.
why are you charging out the butt? Like,
Right.
I don't know. It just be more affordable because black people do charge a lot. Like,
So,
as far as like skincare and hair care, like my stuff is affordable. You go on other people's stuff, it's about $30-$40. And I'm not
wow.
I'm not like that because I wouldn't buy that.
Right.
Like, I'm
Right.
not buying that for no 8-ounce container of something, for $40.
Right.
But I mean, that's what I think. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Nah, I mean, I definitely respect your opinion, and you're definitely right. So what's the rule of thumb? If it costs me $2 to
Hmm.
distribute it and make it, my cost is two. What should I sell it for? What would you advise me to sell it for?
Well, I guess it depends on, your market and really what you're selling, because technically if you're getting like, let's just say, the carpet stoppers that you put on like rugs on the bottom of
Right.
it, and you keep
Right.
the carpet still, if you're getting all that for like $2 and you get a bunch of samples, you can still sell that for what, $5, and still make a lot of money.
And make a
But
lot of money.
it really just depends on your market too. I mean, because I'm still learning business, so this is just my opinion.
Right.
But it depends on your market and depends on what you're selling. Because at the end of the day, if you get it for $2 and it's like some leggings, you could sell that for $15 and make a band, you know?
Wow. Okay.
So
Right. So let me
it just
ask you,
depends.
if I can get the leggings,
Mm-hmm.
you're a black sister, right?
Mm-hmm.
I get the leggings for $2. I add a sticker on the side of it for 50 cents. So I spent $2.50.
Yeah.
I say, yo, Tam, support me for $15. My leggings. Is that a good price? Or if you found out later that I'm paying $2.50 for it, would you be mad at me? Would you come back for me later after you just spent
I mean,
15?
honestly, no, I wouldn't, because I understand. Like, I've done plenty of research. Like, I understand how business works, and especially like with vendors and getting stuff from overseas and stuff like that. I get it with wholesale, but it makes sense because that's how much leggings normally are. That's my point. Like, if it was 10 to $15, that's what I'm gonna pay for leggings anyway. So why not support a black business? Now, if you
Support it.
charging about 30-40 for a
Yeah.
pair of leggings that has your stamp on it, I'm not paying that. Like,
Right.
so.
Wow. I definitely agree. So let me ask you one question real quick.
Hmm.
So in your industry, I know in my industry, I'm in entertainment and stuff like that. So it's
Hmm.
like, I want to see if you run into the same type of problems in our community. Is it
Right.
like people, they see you have a service,
Hmm.
they turn into Inspector Gadget. They want to know what you're paying, how much is to do everything, and then
Yeah.
on that, they want you to do it for that price.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially as a model, they people
Right.
think like, especially like videos and stuff like that. They think like 150 is good for like 3-4 hours. No. No, you gotta know your worth, especially if you're experienced. Like, and
Right.
especially in the music industry, if you're experienced, you charge more. You got
Exactly.
experience. I mean, if you're not experienced, you should not be charging. You need free. You need to be paying people like you do because you don't know. You have to experience it first. You do not know, like
Right.
whatsoever.
Nah, and that's a fact right there. And I want to touch on this real quick as well,
Mhm.
because not only do you model, not only you're a business owner, you once too was in the industry,
Right.
doing radio interviews and
Yeah.
stuff like that. How was that experience for you, and how did you get into that?
Well, I guess that was kind of mistake too, because I was on a modeling trick team in college too. So after that, I had a couple people that are my friends. We were just like, let's do a fashion show to basically raise money for AIDS and HIV.
Right.
And so we did that fashion show, but we wanted to make sure like a lot of people were there and stuff like that. So I had interviewed with the radio station, and then the owner was just like, you'd be really, really good on this show, and you should really do this because you're just natural on camera.
Right.
And I'm like, you know what? Let's just do it. It was a hobby. I mean, it was fun. It was good while it lasted. I mean, it was straight.
All
I feel
right.
like
It
I
was
had,
straight.
I don't know.
All right. All right. So you kind of mixed emotions. It was good, but it's like, yo, that wasn't your passion.
I mean, I wouldn't even say that. I mean, I feel like I'm I liked interviewing people. Like I liked digging deep. I liked to see who people are and stuff like that. Like that was a lot of fun. I just wish I had more freedom myself, basically. So if I
I
had more
definitely
freedom
understand.
myself, it would probably been a lot different. So
Okay. Is that something that you might pick back up later on, you think?
um if the opportunity comes around and depending on who it is, we'll see.
All
Probably
right.
later.
O-
Yeah.
Okay. So, yo, like I said, when I met you, that's what you was doing, and I've been following you. So, yo, I
Right.
look up to you in that. So, let me ask you, being on the other side of the room, now you're being interviewed versus doing the interviews. How
Oh,
would you rate me 1 to 5?
oh. I thought you
You
said
are
oh.
bad. So you didn't get me. I don't like it. You get about it.
You can't try to talk about yourself. I be like, I can
Right.
talk about anybody else, but when you talk about yourself, it'd be like, oh my god, am I boring people? Like, oh gosh.
Wow.
But anyways, I think you're doing good. I mean, you literally kept the conversation going, so it's not like it was like an awkward pause or nothing like that. Like it's just natural. So you can tell you have experience, which is good.
Yo, I'm learning on the job. I've probably been on
Right.
2 months. Probably 2 months.
Well, that's good. I mean, and you reaching out to people, so I mean,
Right.
that's all you can do. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to keep trying to reach out to people because a lot of people think that they're too good to be on a
Right.
podcast or they're too good if it's not a name brand and stuff like that. But you never
Right.
know who you're reaching right now. So
You never know. And I
right,
definitely appreciate you. Like I said, when I met you, it's like, yo, you still doing big things, but it's like I met you, you
yeah,
were kind of modeling, you was moving around, you was doing the hosting, you was on the radio. So to have you come on the show later
hmm
on down in life, it means
hmm
a lot to me. So when I reached out and you said, yo, I
oh,
do the show, it means a lot because like I seen you doing things that I'm trying to get into. You was doing the interviews, I seen you moving around. What were
right.
some of your best memories in the time you was doing?
Um, Definitely like with the stylist that I interviewed, I learned a lot because like I said, I just really like as far as business, you have to like learning. So I like learning about people and about different things that they did and kind of their life. But as far as that, that was networking too for me because I found stylists, I found makeup artists, stuff like that, and hair vendors.
Right.
So that was pretty cool. I mean, there was some times it was like, okay, I don't want to be in this interview. They get on my nerves. I'll be honest. And that's
Right.
why you were like, you gotta hold back your tongue because you can't say the stuff. And I'm
You
like,
can't say it.
I understand because I'll be like, is this over? Come on, is this over?
Wow. right, we don't want to say a name, but I want to go deep. I would definitely want to put you on the spot a little bit. I don't want you to say their name though. Give me 2 situations where it's like they're talking and they done lost you, and you like, yo, this interview ain't over. What happened at what moment did you know interview's done?
I mean, there was one when we walked through the door.
As soon as he got there, he came in wrong.
Huh?
He came in the door wrong, the wrong way. What happened?
No, I could just tell. I'm really good with energy. I could just tell. I was like, this is about to be a long day. But it's like, when people really, that they really talk about themselves all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
One of those.
Yeah. And then it's like, I mean, I support I support rappers. I support people all the time. But if your stuff sucks, I'm gonna tell you. And
Wow.
I had to tell the person because I'm gonna be real. It sucked.
Wow.
Somebody got to tell you, because obviously if you gotten this far, you want to get on the radio with your stuff, somebody has not told you the truth.
Somebody not told you the truth. So,
but I'm gonna still be there for you.
I feel you on that. So, did you have more people that was good or more people that was bad?
Definitely good. Definitely good.
Definitely good.
Not bad. Just because people were just, as far as the interviews go, like we would have fun before, we would have fun after, and just kind of have like a couch conversation. So a lot of people were telling people like, "Ooh, go on the radio with Tam because it was a lot of fun, and like I got a lot of followers from here, and I make sure I shout out their Instagrams, stuff about how you doing." So
Right.
I was just like, we want to, support each other. So I mean, it was definitely a lot more good than bad.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. You was in Charlotte at the time, correct?
No, I was in Greensboro.
You still in Greensboro? Okay. All right. So a lot of talent in Greensboro, a lot of talent in that area right there. You got Winston right there. So
Right.
like what were some of the highest moments, like you said, the fashion people?
Mm-hmm.
What were some moments looking back where it's like if you wouldn't have been in that situation, it wouldn't have happened if you wasn't the host at that time?
As far as that, I think like with the company that I was with, we went to a couple concerts, and I'm being honest, I don't remember. I think it was Stunning for Vegas. We went there and we saw him, and we were supposed to see the baby and stuff like that. I mean, it was good branding stuff. And we got to bring like our business cards and kind of network with other people. I always saw like Luke Nasty. But I mean, I would have definitely not been there at all because I know myself. I'd have been
That's what I'm saying too.
Yeah. So I mean, but that was like super cool, I thought. And as far as like the radio station goes, there's a lot of people there that I still talk to that are like in Atlanta, Charlotte, and I can still reach out to them and talk to them. So that was a pretty good experience, I think so.
Yeah, that's dope right there. And I know you on the time, you're a busy woman and all that. So I got 3 more questions if you got time for 3. And then, okay, so you met a lot of people. They're moving on. So you got that network. So let me ask you, what's your plans for once the pandemic is open, things start opening back up? What's your plans?
As far as that, I know I definitely want to go to a lot of pop-up shops and definitely be a vendor for at least my company. As far as modeling, a lot more traveling because I'm not traveling at all. So, and with modeling, I used to travel like to DC, Atlanta, Charlotte, stuff like that. I went to New York one time. So, I mean, as far as that, definitely when it opens up, I'm traveling.
Traveling a lot
But
more.
yeah, for business.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with that, yo. And it's 2 for 1. Is it 2 for 1 because you're doing business while you're traveling? What's some places you want to go to?
I would say definitely back to DC area. I want to go there, and a couple places in Atlanta. I do want to go to Texas, most definitely. So, but yeah, I haven't really planned it out because I know it's going to be a minute.
Okay, nothing wrong with that, but you're getting it together, you're formulating the thoughts.
Right.
So, okay. All right. The second question would be for a model trying to get in the game, trying to brand herself, trying to become a brand ambassador. What tips and advice would you give her that you would have gave yourself when you first started, as far as the business side, not just taking pictures, but
Right.
as the whole industry?
I would definitely say, do your research. As I say, reading is fundamental. So you should definitely do your research as far as like looking up photographers, looking up makeup artists, looking up stylists, honestly. Just finding a good team to stick with, because there's a lot of teams out there that are kind of wishy-washy. So I would say, find you some good people that you can be with to back you up, and call them whenever you got to shoot and stuff like that. If you have a photographer, or a photographer that will do a kind of like time for shoot, is basically like switching time for shooting so you don't pay.
Right.
So find a photographer that, if he's okay, then stick with him. Get your little photos, and you're helping him as well, because he needs practice, obviously, if his pictures are okay. Or she. Sorry.
Right.
There are photographers that are she that are women. I would say go to Fashion Nova or go to Sheen, whatever. Buy you a bunch of stuff and shoot. I mean, shoot in your living room. Do it on your iPhone. Get you a backdrop. Do it yourself.
Wow.
You ain't got to hire a photographer. It is
Right.
what it is. And then, as far as that, finding a brand, like for a brand ambassador, once that person who is following you, or you're following that person, you really, really want to be their brand ambassador, they're going to see all those photos. They're going to see your angles. They're going to see what looks good, or if you're a good fit for their company. And
Wow.
do your research again, because there are scammers out here that will be like, oh, you would be a good fit for our brand ambassador program. And no, and go buy this. And then you never get
Wow.
it. So
Right.
just be careful, because I mean, I haven't technically got scammed as a brand ambassador, but I've been very, very close. So
Right.
just be careful.
Okay. And like you said, I hear you keep saying do the research. Don't just jump
Yes.
out there. It may sound good. Do the research. Okay. And for the final question,
Hmm.
for the people that's in the entertainment, the artist side, you used to work in radio.
Right.
What are some mistakes that people make trying to get on the radio? And what advice would you give people that don't know how to get on radio and stuff like that? What advice would you give them?
I would say, like, don't be too thirsty to get on the radio, because I know, like, of course the radio can take you to different levels, but just make sure your content is, sorry, I'm thinking Model A. Make sure that your stuff is good, like as far as your music goes, as far as like your social media, because a radio is going to talk about you personally too. So make sure you're okay. Know what you're gonna say on the radio. If you know that you're not a good speaker, maybe write stuff down, or like start practicing before you get on the radio, because some people just kind of zone out and they're like, well, yeah, and that's it. So
Wow.
if you're engaged with the person who's interviewing you, that person is going to be like, dang, we got to share this interview because it was a good interview.
Right.
If you're not a good person who's going to be on the radio, like maybe just practice, or just have somebody who is your assistant maybe interview. So I would say that, because yeah, you got to be like, you got to have good conversation on the radio. And it's got to be
Right.
chill. It can't be forced.
It can't be forced. It got to be organic and
Yeah,
flow.
exactly. Organic.
Yeah.
That's the exact word.
Yo, it's dope again. Like I said, yo, I know you're a very important woman, business owner. I definitely appreciate you coming on the show because, like I said, when I
Hey.
seen you was making moves, I didn't really think you would come on the podcast. I'm like, yo, she's too, you kind of,
Oh
made too many
no.
moves. She ain't gonna come. We ain't up there yet.
No, I
But
ain't
when you
gonna lie.
said,
I didn't know this was the date I said. I thought I said on a Saturday. I'm over here like a Monday. What the heck? But it's okay, because I made a promise. So I was gonna do it.
all right, yo, I definitely appreciate it. So let me ask you, yo, down the road, before you go, I want you to tell the people about your business and all that, where they can find it and all that. But let me
Okay.
ask you, down the road.
Hmm.
So the Saturday is prime time.
Yeah.
Down the road, can I get you back on a prime time day? Down the road.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah, let's
Yes.
set it up. Y'all heard it. The
Down the road.
watchers, yeah, the viewers, y'all heard her. Tam in the building on the prime time Saturday. Yo, we got you coming
Yes,
back
I,
for
I
now,
will.
yo.
I will look presentable too. So.
You good, yo. You good, yo. If not, they can go to your page and it's all there. They're gonna be like, yo, she look exactly the same. It's like, no, you didn't do the switcheroo, you didn't do the Photoshop. It's the
Right.
same. You know what I'm saying? So they can follow you right there. And
Yes.
again, yo, big salute to you because I know it's Monday and I know you got, your work week going on. So again, I salute you for coming on the show. This is the proof in the pudding. For the people out there watching, let them know about the business. Let them know where they can find your products and stuff like that. And if you got any shout outs, anything you want to say, we'll let you do that now.
All right. Well, my personal page is down below, PYT_Tam. You can find all of my personal content there. As far as business goes, Confidence by Tam is my Instagram for that. And I mean, we didn't talk about Zumba, but that's on my page too. You know, I'm a little paused right now. I'm gonna lie. But I have been training people. So if you're interested in that, as far as fitness, you know, hit me up. I got a little team going. So we've been doing that every week, 3 times a week. So just let me know. My business is my baby. So any product you order from me is going to be taken care of by hands that trust me. I get it. So order from me. I got my website in the bio in both Instagram. So just let me know and support Black businesses per usual. You know, if you can't buy, Cash App. Okay, if you can buy, follow, share, comment, like, and Facebook as well. So,
right, and that's a beautiful thing. What days are the Zumba?
See, Zumba's on pause.
Okay, all right. They catch up on the page.
Yes, it's gonna happen though. I've been doing a lot, but I have been training people after work, so Tuesday through Thursday. So.
All right. And again, like you say, you're working a job, you're running a business, you're doing a lot of things. So, it's all going to happen. And you got a lot going on. We salute you. And I appreciate you coming on here. Definitely look forward to having you back. I definitely look forward to the business growing. Yes. Seeing you doing bigger things, yo. And it's much love, yo. If you want to shout out anybody, we can. If not, we're going to sign off right there. This is the Proof in the Pudding podcast show. And I'm your host for the evening. I go by Sion919. And y'all see with your own eyes, the lovely, the beautiful PYT Tam is in the building. Yo, be sure to support the products at Confidence by Tam. Men, get your beards taken care of.
Okay.
Products that's gonna help your skin, help your hair grow, have you glowing. You see her. She said she said she ain't even dolled up on y'all, but she's still killing them. She's still killing them, yo. So believe it, yo. The proof is in the pudding. PYT Tam, yo. I thank you again, yo.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, and we're going to sign off like that. Appreciate everybody watching, yo. Be sure to tune in and keep rocking with us, yo. This is the proof.
Frank, you in there?
Okay, let's see. I thought I found love, but you ain't shit. Nah, gave you a space in my heart, but you ain't fit. No, and it hurts, but I let it 'cause I needed that pain. But I wanted to feel it, 'cause it'll teach me now to go back there again. And I put my heart on it. Don't try to stop me when I leave. I put my all on it. Look what you did to me. I couldn't count on you, 'cause you was fucking with everyone but me. So I walked out on you, and it was the best thing I did for me. Best thing I did for me. Best thing I did for me. Now I really be like, fuck that nigga. My attitude changed. Take a couple sips of the juice, say ain't I missed the dick, but that'll go away. I just gotta stop thinking about you. Fill my time with better shit to do. I dreamed that I married you. Then I woke up happy it never came true. You're not the one. I gotta find a way to be done, yeah. And I think I found that shit. Don't wanna be in love again. Too easy for you to go astray. Nigga, my son don't like you anyway. Good thing that I walked away. Now you ain't gotta hear me say that I put my heart on it. Don't try to stop me when I leave. I put my all on it. And look what you did to me. I couldn't count on you, 'cause you was fucking with everyone but me. So I walked out on you, and it was the best thing I did for me. I did for me. I thought I found love, but you ain't shit.